That show?
Yeah, with this WandaVision shit.
Fire.
Why though? I don't understand.
It's getting so much better like each week. It gets so much better. Like each week it gets better.
What's
and better.
the fucking premise of it?
Essentially she's controlling this universe. Like she created like a mini little universe, like multiverse essentially, and she's fucking pause that.
But she could do that cuz she's a superhero, right?
Well, she's a mutant, really, right?
Right.
She's in the comics, she's Magneto's daughter.
Okay.
Right? So she's a pretty powerful mutant, and her powers, like, she can create, like, realities, like, alternate realities,
Okay.
and she can, like, fuck with your brain, or she can fuck with physical objects.
She's like kind of Marvel Dr. Manhattan kind of shit.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I
like
guess
all
so.
universal, like fucking powerful, godlike being.
Yeah, sort of, right? Like, so...
Yeah, you control universe and shit.
She's really one of the most powerful, like, beings in the MCU in general, but in Marvel altogether too. She's pretty powerful.
Okay.
So she's creating like this mini bubble, right, in this town. She took over a
shit,
town,
like the NBA.
yeah, basically. So she's like taking over this. She took over this town, and she's got everybody like. It's weird because like everybody's acting out this sitcom. So as the story progressed, so like the first like 3 episodes, it was like 50s theme, then 60s theme, then 70s, and
Oh
it's like
my
80s
God.
theme, like, but it's like this sitcom carrying out, right? But then like each episode is kind of starting to give you these little clues. You start to see the cracks start to break. Because at first you're thinking, what is this dumb sitcom? Like, why? Like, why did they do this?
Oh
You know?
my God.
Like, it's...
To me, that whole explanation of everything is like you just described a super bipolar person that enjoys playing The Sims.
Pretty much.
And likes to play it at different themes.
Well, I mean...
You know what I mean? They go
so, like,
from Red Dead Redemption all the way to like
right,
Cyberpunk 2077.
So the thing is...
overnight.
The thing is, like, it's her way of coping with the loss of Vision from Endgame. Or from...
Okay, I was going to round off all my bullshit with the irony to me is like you could be the most powerful fucking thing in the universe and you're not devoid from that bullshit.
Right. But that's the thing is like she brought him back to life.
In that fucking realm. But it's not really him.
Nah, it's...
No, it can't be him. No, you
like
can't.
she
reanimated him?
Yeah, basically.
No, you can't.
But
see, that's not fair. That's not fucking fair. That's fucking cheating.
I mean, but the story
That's a cop-out.
But the story hasn't played out yet. So we don't know how she brought him back. We just know... The thing is, like, because like I'm telling you, each episode only giving you, like, little cracks and little things, right? And as the story unfolds... It's really good. To be honest, I think it's actually really good writing.
Quality TV.
Like, as far as TV goes, yeah, like, because how it unfolds, it's honestly really, really good writing. And the acting is solid. They've been able to fucking go through each of these generations. And the set design is, I mean, like, it's solid.
No, I imagine
it's done very, very well.
I imagine it's gonna be done well because it's invested in very well. The fact that it's just Disney alone,
I feel it.
But yeah,
but the thing is, what this is doing is starting to open.
It just looks corny to me. But I mean, a lot of that shit looks. Corny to me.
This is opening up the next phase of the Marvel films. And where the direction of the
Do you think they're ever gonna do films or just gonna stay TV shows?
No. They have.
I mean, not TV shows, but like TV movies. Remember, TV movies were a thing. What happened to that shit?
Yeah, I mean that shit happens still, but not really. So they're gonna be. I mean, they have a fucking full slate of movies coming. They have a full slate. Obviously, things are gonna get a little bit postponed. But the slate is still happening. Whether they just release them on Disney Plus or they release them on, I mean, in theaters. You know, HBO is going to be testing something with that.
I heard that AMC theaters might get bought out by like Twitter or something like that.
Oh, I don't know. But sticking to the point here. So WandaVision, the way it's playing out right now is going to really dictate the future of the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm tuned in. I actually like the show. At the first episode, I was kind of like, what the fuck are we in for? You know what I mean?
It looked like some like wannabe I Love Lucy, like
so the first
I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah,
type
that's
shit.
that's basically it. Bob Newhart, all that. Like that it's pulling inspiration because what she's recreating is like the perfect life. Right? And TV originally portrayed the perfect lives as like, you know, these TV family sitcom type
Those
deals.
the 50s.
Right?
The
Right.
50s was like
So-
perfect America. Yeah, white picket fence.
And the thing is, you got to remember her character isn't
Mm-hmm.
from the United States. Her character is from like Eastern Europe.
like Russia or some shit.
Uh,
no?
What was it?
Slow.
Sokovia.
Okay.
And it's a fake country, obviously. It's not
Yeah.
real. But Sokovia.
I was like,
So-
that sounds like Kosovo.
Kosovo.
Kosovo,
shit.
yeah.
No. It's Sokovia. But
Okay.
so she, you know, so I guess her idea of American life is essentially what was seen on
What
TV.
was happening? Yeah.
Right? So that's all she knows. So she's recreating this, but we don't know why or exactly how yet. I mean, it's only like 5 episodes in.
I don't. I'm gonna spoiler alert, and I don't even watch this show. That's not him. That's not him because even when you teleport, like even when they teleported in fucking Star Trek, and I never seen Star Trek, it's impossible to put all that fucking matter back together. There's no way. And if you've seen The Fly, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah.
But nah, like you got to remember that this is fucking comic book shit, so they can make that shit possible, right? I mean, realistically, as long as they write it clean enough. There's always gonna be plot holes within comic book shit anyway.
Damn it.
And I know you don't respect that kind of shit, but to be honest,
I do sometimes.
to be honest, like what they're doing with WandaVision,
comical.
what they're doing with WandaVision takes a
it's
lot
comics.
of fucking guts. Like it takes a lot of fucking guts.
You
to do
think
what they're
so
doing.
though? As Disney, do you think it even takes guts to even be Disney anymore?
I mean, not necessarily Disney, but for them to take the MCU in that direction. I'm not thinking about Disney as a whole. I don't give a fuck about Disney.
Just Marvel.
I'm talking about Marvel, like in a general, like because
Okay.
it's been. I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar franchise, right? And for them to not go down the Star Wars route takes a lot of effort at that
You
point.
know, even though I'm not a hardcore Marvel fan and shit, like one of my favorite, I do actually have a favorite Marvel that I got put onto a long time ago, and I didn't believe it either, even back then, because the only reason I don't like Marvel shit, to be honest, is just that it's just like they have those corny one-liners. It's written like that, okay? So it's just cheesy on purpose, whatever. People like that. It's comics. But anyways, this was Winter Soldier. That's like the baddest Marvel movie ever.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't even feel like a Marvel movie. But anyways,
I watched that shit like yesterday.
you're telling me that they're making a show about that, right?
Okay, so did you watch the Avengers like Endgame and all that?
I think so.
So like,
You know what I mean? I get confused.
so spoiler alert, at the end of it, at the end of the last Avengers, Captain America is supposed to go back in time to the timelines where they took the Infinity Stones from and return them, and then meet back. Right, meet
In
them
the
back.
future.
Right, but it's only supposed to be like 30 seconds in present time. But for him, he got to go through all these different timelines and come back like 30 seconds later, basically, right?
And it could be Planet of the Apes by the time he comes back.
Well, I mean, nah, because when he's coming back, he's only coming back 30 seconds after he left.
I know, but so much could happen.
Not in 30 seconds.
He could fuck it up.
Well, and that's the thing is, right? Like, so,
Anybody could
right?
fuck
Anybody
that
can fuck it up for sure.
up.
So anyway, like, but how they explain how they're working the timelines in the MCU is that when the change happens, it goes off on a different path, but the one path still continues. So like, it's not a single stream. It's like
It just
a
creates
tributary, right?
those
Like it's all these
multiverses.
different, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
So Marvel has a lot of multiverse shit,
Right.
like in the comics, and they're really trying to bring that about in
Well,
the cinema.
because it's a great model.
Right, and it's
the
great.
best workaround ever.
Exactly. So I mean, you could bring characters back that have been dead. and all that shit.
Now
so
what you do is you establish characters, and now you insert them.
So like this is what I was trying to say is you're saying that that's not him. He can't she can't reanimate him.
Yeah.
Maybe. But also since Marvel is really trying to set up the multiverse, what if she went and grabbed him from another dimension, like from another timeline? She could have scooped him from another timeline and have him in here brainwashed with everybody else that she's kidnapped. But the cracks are starting to form with everybody in that show. Like, everybody's, like, starting to let on.
Oh, so it feels like Matrix-y.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like Westworld-y shit.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, we're in a simulation
and they're starting
controlled by her.
Like, and the thing is, Vision is the one that's starting to crack. Like, he's starting to see all the cracks and shit.
He's starting to get the visions.
And then, in the latest episode, he's figured it out. Right? So now... But we barely just seen that she went and found his dead body because he died in Endgame, right? When Thanos takes the Mind Stone out of his head.
Oh,
he dies, right?
Yeah.
So he dies, right?
Yeah.
But in the show, the show is supposed to take place not too long after that. And so she fucking goes and gets his body. Right? She steals his body from like
that's
like shield or whatever. Sword.
That's weird.
Yeah. Right, so like it's kind of trippy, right? It's real sci-fi-ish, right? Winter Soldier shit, right? So
so Winter Soldier. Tell me about the show that.
Like I said, so Cap had to go back in time, right, to turn back the Mind Stones, right? I mean, all the Infinity Stones.
Okay.
But he doesn't come back 30 seconds later.
Oh, see?
Right?
I knew it. Somebody's gonna have to take a shit in the fucking past.
So
that's it.
So they don't elaborate on what happened. Where he went, but basically, like, he was supposed to meet 30 seconds later, like, fuck, he didn't come back. And then they see, like, somebody sitting on a bench, like, just not too far away.
And it's his old ass.
And it's him as an old man. So, like, he returned all the stones and went back to his time. But he got
stuck. Yeah.
No, he went back to...
Oh,
like,
he decided to go, okay.
The implication, because when he went back to his time to steal an Infinity Stone... Okay. Right, initially earlier in the movie,
but I wasn't sure if he decided to stay over there or not.
Well, earlier in the movie, then he saw the woman he loved, right, and it was like fuck, like you could see that he wanted to go there and stay there, right?
Oh man.
So anyway, like that's what's implied. It was never elaborated on, so we don't know if he did get stuck or if he did decide to stay. But either way, he decided to stay. So obviously, like he brought them the shield back. So it was Bucky and Falcon, right? Yeah. That had like he gave Falcon the shield.
Yeah.
And fucking bam. So like
wield the shield.
So this show is supposed to take place obviously after that, right? And it's to determine who's essentially going to be the new Captain America.
Oh,
who's going to take up the shield?
So it's versus. So it's Falcon.
But it's like a buddy. It's a buddy comedy action.
Oh, like 21 Jump Street.
I guess so.
Marvel?
I guess so, but Marvel's version of it.
Marvel 21 Jump
Right, because like if you watch like Civil War and shit like that, like the other ones where they actually come out together, they have like a little bit of banter with each other.
Yeah, there's a little bit of cheese.
So that carries on. That carries on to this shit.
It's anytime I think about like time travel scenes or time travel movies after Back to the Future, even though it's totally unrelated, like I just wonder, do you think they ran into Marty?